My presentation is about the pros and cons of using social media and technology in the school system. As technology advances, it is becoming more and more a part of our culture. It is a developing language that is continuing to expand and becoming a big part of future generations. Since technology is advancing so much and will be a part of our future, it is important that this language of technology is learned at a younger age. The real issue of using social media and technology in the classroom is whether or not this is distracting or beneficial. The negative side of using social media and technology in the classroom is that they can be very distracting. When students are allowed to use their own devices in class, they can go onto applications that are time-consuming and unhelpful, like games and unnecessary social media sites. It is difficult for the teacher to make sure every single student is on task when they each have their own technological device. Requiring every student to have their own technological device is not very affordable for low-income families, and buying laptops for schools is very expensive. Few schools are able to make this purchase, so using technology and social media in the classroom becomes useless. Using social media can also promote negative relationships among students. For example, cyberbullying is a common effect of using social media sites. It is important that the teacher addresses this immediately when it becomes an issue in the classroom, because this should not be a problem if the teacher is using social media purely for school. Social media also causes a lack of privacy, so it is important that both teachers and students are careful and aware of what kind of things they post to the public, especially if they are using these sites in the classroom. Although using social media and technology in the classroom can have negative outcomes, I believe that using these attributes could be very helpful and benefit future generations of students. Using social media sites like Twitter and Facebook could create better communication among teachers and students. These sites are very user-friendly and are becoming very popular among the public. Many students are already familiar with sites like this and could easily communicate with the teacher and other students through it. Using social media will continue to expand and advance in the future, so it is important that students learn how to use technology and social media early on. In an article in the New York Times, I read that there are many applications online and can be downloaded that help with certain skills that are very important. Using these kinds of applications keep students involved with class and engaged with the lesson. Also, when each student has their own device, they are able to go at their own pace, and there is less pressure to keep up with the class. Since newer generations are so used to having technology in their lives, using it in the classroom will hold their attention longer. Using Twitter for class discussions is an example of using social media in the classroom. We read an article and discussed in class about how this can be very beneficial. I really like this idea and wish my middle school and high school teachers used this approach. Since so many students are used to using these social media sites and understand the language of it, they may feel better about participating and staying involved in the discussion. Students who are also nervous about speaking in class can post their thoughts. It is also easier for the teacher to keep track of who is participating and who is not by looking through the history of the page. This language of technology is easier to understand in newer generations, so using this language will keep the class engaged. For using Facebook, the teacher could create a private group for the class where she could post homework assignments and reminders about upcoming tests and quizzes. The teacher could also post a question that allows the students to form a discussion. This could be good for students who are afraid to participate and want to get involved with the class. Facebook is a social media site that is very user-friendly and is just an easy way to communicate.